Last year I attempted to grow a world record giant potato, and this year I'm going to try again, and that's coming right up. Many of you last year followed me in my little journey to try and grow a world record giant potato. Now, it's currently held by a gentleman called Peter Glazebrook, and he is doing absolutely superb. Now, I've already done a video on this year's giant potatoes in the 5 buckets that you see behind me here, okay? But I've got these 2 large containers, and the reason why is this year is part of last year's giant potato that I grew. As you can see, there's a big bobble on the end here, that I cut off, and another one on this side, and it produced 6 really good chits. So what I've done, I've sliced the potato in half, as you can see, and we've cut out all the little bobbles and all the other chits and things like that, and we've left them in 2 halves. Now these are bone dry, we've allowed them to dry, so we've got 6 chits in each, 3 chits in each, or 3 shoots, depending on what you want to call them, and we are going to plant these like this in each of these containers. Now, before we go any further on these containers, guys, what we have in here is some old compost from last year's carrots. Okay, when we did last year's giant carrots, we decided to keep that compost, and that's what we're going to reuse in this. But because of that, there is nothing left in this feed at all. I'm not here to spend a fortune, and these are big litre tubs. These are 110 litres each, so these are big tubs. But the potato feed I've been using for my potatoes, I'm going to use some of this in these as well. I'm not afraid to put some feed in here. Now guys, don't get me wrong, okay, this could be expensive, the amount of feed I'm going to put in here, but I'm only here to try and produce one single large potato. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, well, why have 3 chits? And the reason being is these buckets are big enough, and it's got a good store of the tuber as well, so each chit got a chance of producing a good potato. So that's why we're putting 3 chits in. So all I'm going to do is chuck a load of this in here, probably about half in each, and I'm just going to mix it in to this bottom half. Same with this one. Okay, so as you can see, it's all mixed in nice now. Now, what I have here, this is leaf mould that I produced last year. It's still got some twigs and stuff in it, as you can see, you know, bits of the stalks that I scooped up with the leaves, but I mean, look at that, it's absolutely stunning stuff. Now, if you want to know how we make this, I'll put a video up here for you guys to have a look at that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a layer of this, chuck the twigs out of it, I'm going to put a layer of this, sit the potato on it, put a layer over the top. So the reason being is leaf mould is really good for holding moisture, so this should really do well holding the moisture around those potatoes. And like I said, there's still some twigs, it hasn't finished breaking down yet, but look at it, it's absolutely stunning stuff, and it should do good. So you still get some twigs and stuff in it, but you don't get compost that good, guys. So anyway, what we're going to do is put a bed of this down. I mean, there's still unbroken leaves in it and stuff, but this is what it is. Okay, a bit more in this one. There we are. But if you guys are looking to make some fantastic leaf mould like this, get and have a look at that video, guys. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're going to sit nestle our chit down just like that, look. All right, yeah, in this, right in the center of both these tubs. And then we're gonna put some more leaf mold over the top of both of them, and then we're going to top these tubs up with more of this compost. Going to compact it down a little bit, and I'm going to leave probably about an inch off the top of this, guys. So this one is now complete, and I'll bring you over to have a little look. The reason I want to do that is because we're going to need to put lots of water into this because it is such a big volume of compost. There we go. Now, this compost ain't going to go to waste again. So not only have we used it from last year, we are going to be putting this into the ground here after this year. So we've used it, you know, for a second time. It grew root vegetables last year, namely carrots, giant carrots, and they didn't come to much, so we've decided to use that compost again. Normally it would have ended out on the ground. I just need to top this one up, and that'll be these other giant potatoes done in some big 110 litre buckets. Now all the buckets that I use within my videos all come from oaklandgardens.co.uk. If you haven't got buckets, or you want to get buckets or these containers, get across there and pick them up, guys. Fantastic. If you haven't already, go and join our newsletter, because we give discounts for Oakland Gardens in our newsletter each month, so that'll be worth having as well. You can get that from the link in the description below, but it's ukyearwegrow.com/newsletter. It's simple to remember. So I'm going to get on now and just fill this one up, and then that'll be the giant out of the way as far as potatoes go for this year, and we'll see how they go. One thing we do need to do with them though is now support the foliage as it grows. So we're going to put 4 canes in each of these buckets, and we'll wrap tape around those as they grow up, just to help them stay vertical, and hopefully we'll pull something decent out of here. They've got a good genetic in that potato, so it's a variety called Condor. It was a big potato last year. Didn't come close to getting a world record with it, but in fact I didn't even show it, but I kept the potato back just for this particular thing to produce my own seed. Anyway guys, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to share and like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.